Let's talk some draft and some visiting moves. What is up, Fin fans? Today is Monday as I'm recording this. And yes, I'm recording this on the day that I'm releasing the video. One of the perks of being home. There's not many of them, but it's one of the perks. So what we're going to talk about today is the draft. We're going to be talking about some things, some rumblings that I'm hearing that a few of the Twitterverse and some of the sources are saying about the draft. Now, is 100% true? Nothing really is 100% true. And then the NFL came out with a memo to give the teams and the organizations rules on visits. They can technically still do a visit. And I'll talk about that. But before we get to that, I want to give you guys your fact for today because I'm recording it on a Monday, and this is the first time really I've been recording and then uploading since free agency. I get to give you guys the facts on the day. Also, I will be going live this Saturday, 1 p.m. Come hang out. We're going to talk a bunch of things. I think I'm going to do one of my prospects breakdowns live with you guys on Saturday. The running back one should be coming out either tomorrow or Wednesday. I put up a poll on Twitter and in the community asking you who your favorite top running back is. I'm waiting for that poll to be done, and then I'm going to make my video because I want to start getting you guys incorporated in this. I'm going to start getting you guys in here. So here's your fact for today, and then we're going to jump right into this video. From 2013, his first season in the NFL with New Orleans, through 2017, his third year with the Miami Dolphins, Kenny still ranked second among all qualifying NFL players with a per-catch average of 16.1 yards. So, to give you guys a little fun fact on a former Miami Dolphin, being that this calendar with facts and stats and all that stuff was made before we got rid of him. So let's jump into the meat of this video. Now, the NFL draft is still happening on April 23rd to April 25th. Roger Goodell came out and said, I'm keeping it. We're still going to have the draft on that Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm not going to change it. Me personally, and I'm hearing a lot of GMs and stuff, I kind of wanted him to push it back a little bit further. Maybe first weekend in May, maybe second weekend in May. Just push it back a little bit so what is happening in the world can kind of play out a little bit more, and you can get a better idea of how everything's going to happen. Now, I can see why he wants to keep the draft when he wants to keep the draft, because he doesn't want to mess up with the flow of the NFL offseason going into the NFL schedule. That being said, though, we don't know what's going to happen. We can all hope and pray. And again, I'm not saying what I'm talking about because I'll get demonetized. Thank you, YouTube. But so as of right now, yes, the draft is still happening April 23rd, the Thursday. It will be round 1 on Thursday, 2 and 3 on Friday, the 24th, and then 4, 5, 6, and 7 on Saturday, the 25th. I will be live. A lot of you guys asked me, you can be live? Yes, for the past 2 years, and ever since I started doing Dolphin stuff on this channel, I go live for the first day of the draft. The second day of the draft, I might go live. I might not go live. I haven't decided yet. But yes, I will definitely be live the 23rd for the first round of the draft. Now, here are the rumblings that I'm hearing coming out of the NFL from certain sources, from certain beat writers, from certain Twitter sources, all that stuff. I'm hearing that a lot of these NFL teams want to get out of the first round in this draft. Is that true? Is it true that the Miami Dolphins want to trade up for Joe Burrow? Is it true that the Miami Dolphins want to trade up for Tua? Is it true that the Dolphins love Herbert over all of them? Is it true that the Dolphins love Love? That's the one I'm hearing the most, is that the Dolphins are actually starting to really like Love, and they might not take any quarterback at 5 and take Love at 18 or try to move up. So there's a lot of rumors, but that is the rumor that's out and about, is that a lot of NFL teams don't want to put too much into this draft because of how affected it is. You can't see pro days. There won't be pro days. You can't give the players physicals. You can't really do much with these players except for what you did at the combine, what their tape shows from their college career, and then maybe they do some workout and they send it to you. But you can't see things in person. So a lot of teams are uncomfortable about that and kind of want to get out of this draft. Not fully, they're not going to trade all their draft picks, but don't be surprised if you start to see some teams start to trade back and then give some picks away somewhat to get acclimate more picks for 2020's draft. Now, am I saying the Dolphins are going to do that? No. Am I saying the Dolphins aren't going to do that? No. I have no idea what the Dolphins are going to do. But I kind of see where they're coming from with the aspect of you don't really know these players. Yes, you can. There's some can't miss talents, like Chase Young, Isaiah Simmons, Okuda. Even some of these tackles are really you can't miss talents. But then there's some that you're like, I don't know how this, like CeeDee Lamb and stuff. Yes, of course, they had great college tape, but you don't know. You can't really put them through your workout. You can't really, put them through your type of questioning and stuff like that. So I can understand where this rumor came from, and I can understand if it's true. And some teams are kind of iffy about this draft because it was got a huge asterisk on it because we don't know nothing. And now let me talk about the visit rules. Now, yes, the NFL came out with a memo because technically you could still visit with these NFL draft prospects. You could still visit with these guys, but it'd have to be through Skype, video call or over the phone. So the NFL realized, hey, we're going to move on with the draft. We got to still give these organizations time to meet with the players, talk to the players, get a feeling for their personality, if they fit their organization, and also their football knowledge by making them draw plays up and stuff like that. So the NFL came out with rules because if they didn't, you could do whatever you want and talk with these guys on the phone like it's the first time you're talking to your future girlfriend and you're on the phone with her for hours on end. And here are the rules that the NFL came out with, right? The obvious. These first two are completely obvious. You cannot have the player travel to you. You cannot have your guys travel to the player. There's no traveling. As of right now, as of the way things are right now, there's no traveling anywhere, no matter what. So, no traveling. You can conduct an interview via phone, via Skype, via Zoom, via whatever you want to do. You can still conduct interviews, but there are stipulations to that. You have to report as soon as your interview's over to the NFLPA. And it's kind of specific what you have to report to them. You have to tell the NFLPA who you called, who was on the call with the player, the time, the date, and how long you were on the call with the player. Now, why does it matter how long? Because you cannot talk to these players for more than an hour. And you cannot interfere with their school schedule because a lot of these college players are still in school. And yes, their schools are closed, but they're still doing video conference so they could still get some type of education. So, like I said, you got to tell them the length because you can't interview these players for more than an hour, and you can't call them more than 3 times. You can't make more than 3 calls a week to these college prospects, kind of narrowing it down. Because if you think about it, if they were going to bring people in or if they were going to travel to places, you can't do more than 3 a week. Because now that you can phone call, video, Skype, you can do all the prospects you have on your entire board and get you full breakdown and all that stuff, which is kind of not fair, especially if another team wants to call at the same time, yada, yada, yada. And then the final thing they said is they will work on the physical part of it, getting physicals for certain players, all these things. The NFL said they will work with the doctors in the NFL and all that stuff to try to figure out a way to get the physicals. But that is the rules. That is the rules on visitations via phone call and Skype, video call, all that stuff. It's what has to be done at a time like now, and it's what has to be done in a situation like now. It sucks, but you make the best of a blank situation. So it is what it is. I have no qualms about it. I have no, this is stupid, this or that. It is what it is, and at least you're getting a chance to talk to these prospects. You're getting a chance to, like I said, probably make them draw plays, make them do certain things, and get a feel for who the player is, because there's a lot of stipulations to certain players. Like, a lot of people think that Justin Herbert's a really timid guy, a really quiet to himself guy, and isn't really a team leader, which some teams would find that as a negative and not want to draft him. So you have a phone call with him. You have a guy, hey, do me a favor. I'm going to give you a play. I want you to draw it up on the dry erase board behind you. He's like, all right, cool. Spider Y close banana. I don't remember the full Gruden play, but it's something like that. So be sure, guys, to comment below. Let me know what you think about the draft still happening the 23rd to the 25th. Would you guys prefer them to push it back a little bit? Maybe, have this thing run its course and then have the draft. If it does, comment below. Let me know what you think about the idea that some teams want to get out of this draft because of how much asterisks are put on this draft and try to focus on 2021. Is it a stupid thing? Do you think that the sources and the rumors are making stuff up just to entertain us or whatnot? Be sure to comment below and let me know what you guys think of the pre-visit rules via phone call and Skype and video calls. And I'm going to get to one of you guys' comments of the day. This comment comes from Kevin, and this is what Kevin had to say. Comment of the day. Doug, I know you mentioned not using all 14 picks this year. So do you think the Dolphins are setting up for some big moves during the draft? I'm really starting to get the feeling with how this offseason has gone so far. Kevin, yes. They're not going to use all 14 draft picks, because if they use all 14 draft picks, the cap hit alone is going to be huge. I think it's roughly $14 to $16 million. I don't know the math perfectly off of the top of my head, but I do see the Dolphins wheeling and dealing, not only because I see them not wanting to draft all 14 draft picks, and then they have three fifth-round picks, a couple sixths. They only have 1/4 and 1/3. They might want to move up into the fourth, stuff like that. But also, not because of what I said before about teams, wanting to focus on 2021 because of the stipulation and what's happening this year, but because the Dolphins are building for the future, right? If you watched how the Dolphins took on free agency, they signed a lot of fifth-year players coming off their rookie contract. They did that, and they gave them a 2-year guaranteed money or 3-year guaranteed money, so that when it's time to sign our rookies, these guaranteed monies for these players, if they don't pan out or if the rookies end up being better, we can put that money towards them. And I could see them starting to do that, where every draft they kind of swindle and do their thing and try to keep accumulating picks for the next years. Not saying that they're going to give up all their picks this year to get picks next year and keep doing that, but I feel like that's what they're going to start doing. Do they take one of their first-round picks this year, move back, and try to get a second next year, or potentially get a first next year? That's a possibility. Say the fifth pick comes, and people they like are gone. Say all of a sudden the 4 teams in front of them kind of pick people that no one expects, which happens, or trades happen, which happens. Dolphins could trade down from 5. Say the Dolphins aren't in love with Tua. Say his injury concerns really bother them, and they decide, we want Love. We think Love is the guy. We're going to trade down from 5 to get to about 10 with the 49ers. Say Isaiah Simmons is still there. Say, whoever's still there. Okudah. Say they want Okudah because Sherman got burnt to a crisp by Tyreek Hill in the Super Bowl, and the 49ers want to trade up and get to 5. We'll take the 49ers first-round pick next year. Also, we got 3 firsts next year. Again, I can honestly see them doing things. Again, I don't expect them to do 5 back, and because I can already feel the comments coming of, they got to take 2, or good, I hate to. I'm giving you guys scenarios on what I could see happening. Yes, I could see them moving. I could see them wheeling and dealing. I could see them trading back from one of their second-round picks to pick up the more picks next year. Yes, 100% I can see them making moves, and I could see them doing that, like I said, to build for the future, to constantly have draft picks, to constantly bring in young talent, and have this revolving door of just young talent, so they are constantly having a young, physical, talented team to win all throughout the years, instead of bringing in old free agents, paying them a lot of money, and then having a one good year, and then the next year all of a sudden these free agents either they're a free agent again, or they're not as good as they were, and we suck. That's why we had a lot of this. That's why we had 2008, 2009, 2016, 2017. You see what I'm saying? There's some teams that we had that probably could have had a long run in the playoffs. We didn't have the quarterback, Chad Henne. They just didn't cut the cheese. But I hope I answered your question, Kevin. Guys, comment below. Let me know what you guys think about that, too. Do you guys think that the Dolphins are going to be wheeling and dealing? Do you think that they're going to be trading back, getting more picks for next year, and doing what I think they will be doing? But thank you for the comment, Kevin. Thank you guys all for commenting and all that stuff. Like you guys notice, I try to read every... If you guys get the heart on your comment, it's because I read it. And I try my hardest to read all of your comments. Sometimes I don't get to all of them, but I try my hardest to read all your comments. But be sure to follow me on Twitter. Like I said, I'm very, very, very active on Twitter. I'm becoming very, very active in the community section. If you don't know where the community section is, go to the homepage, community. I have 2 polls up right now. They will be ending probably later tonight. I'm asking you guys. Like I said, I want to start incorporating you guys a little bit more. Who is your favorite running back in this draft? Got those polls up. Answer them, and I'm going to talk about it in either tomorrow or Wednesday's video where I break down the running back prospects. Go check it out and vote. But yeah, be sure to follow me on Twitter. Check out my Instagram as well. Check out the Bit Boys. Great, great site. It's my second site. It's my video game site. I'm also going to start working on my DouglieDoWrong Studio site, YouTube channel, where I talk about everything when it comes to comics, video games, reactions, all that stuff. So keep an eye out for that. Got a lot of free time all of a sudden. Also, give this video a thumbs up. You like the content, you like the channel, helps me out to know, hey, I like this video. Keep doing videos like this. Or, hey, I don't like this video. Stop doing videos like this because I do this stuff for you guys. So be sure to give this video a thumbs up. I felt like a presidential candidate by doing that. It's funny. Also, check out DolphsTalk.com. Great site. I've been doing podcasts with those guys. Great, great site over there. A ton of content. Be sure to go over and check it out. If you haven't yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you don't, it's because you don't like the content. Don't feel like you need to, but it'd mean the world to me if you hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to hit the bell so you could see when I go live, when I post videos, because like I said, guys, Saturday, 1 p.m., I will be live talking. I don't know which, I'd probably be doing wide receivers. Yeah, I'll be doing top prospect wide receivers live Saturday. Get you guys' opinions, all that cheese. So other than that, I'll see you guys probably Wednesday with my breakdown of the running backs. But like usual, stay classy. Fins up.